Last month, the man who built Claude Code posted his personal workflow on the internet. Boris Cherny, creator of Claude Code and Anthropic. His thread got 8.5 million views. Developer called it a watershed moment. And the thing that broke the whole internet, his setup was surprisingly simple. He runs multiple Claude Code sessions in parallel. Every single day, each session has its own task. One writes code, one fixes bug, one handles documentation, and he just supervises. Switches tab, approves plan. He calls it a distribution cognition like compute. I called it the most important shift in how engineers work in 2026. I'm Samaj, a senior QA and AVP with over 13 years of experience in banking and fintech. This is video 2 of our Beat and X with AI series on NextGenQA. Today, I'm going to take Boris' exact workflow, adapting it for Windows and running it on a real Java project. 3 sessions in parallel, real task, real result, everything will be available on GitHub and the link will be in description. Let's start getting it.
Okay guys, so let's get started. So as we have seen in the intro video, today I'm going to copy Boris workflow and how we can increase our productivity multifold by using that particular workflow. So for this demonstration purposes, I'm using CMDR. This is an amazing terminal which also supports the Linux commands on Windows. So if you see, this is how the terminals look like, and if I do ls, you can see it is giving me the list of directories. So this also supports the commands from Linux on the Windows environment. So let me minimize this. First of all, this is my project, how it looks like. If I go inside the SRC, you will see there are a few pending things which are there and which we are going to tackle with the Boris workflow. Okay, so here is this login page test.java. This has some pending implement to-dos which I will be implementing with Claude Code. And then we have a checkout page test.java. This also has one intentional bug introduced, and we are expecting a different text and it is giving the different text. So this is the bug which we will also ask Claude to fix. Okay, so these are the things which are we going to tackle. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to initialize this repository. Everything is going to get initialized post the git directory. Okay, so I'm just initializing the directory git init and then just doing git add dot, then git commit -m, and let's say I do simple initial commit. Okay, so far so good. So once this is done, now we will start with our workflow. So what I'm going to do, I'm just like suppressing this terminal and I'm going back to CMDR. Okay, CMDR also has few things. It also supports multi-tab, so we will be doing our setup in the multi-tab. So now let me show you how Boris handles this and how we are going to perform these things. Okay, so let's say I have my first tab. I just rename it to, let's say, feature writer. Okay, feature writer. This is my first tab. Then I will have my second tab. Okay, I'm just you can do this second tab via this, and let's start this one as well. And I will also have one more tab. Okay, this is also done. The next tab I will name it as, let's say, bug fixer. Okay, bug fixer. This is my second tab, and in the third tab what I'm going to do is I will be updating my rules in Cloud.md so that the mistakes which we are going to make any code changes or anything, this is quite of our learning one. So if you again go back to the project, this is my .claude, and inside this .claude we already have commands, few commands which I have made myself. So this is simple run QA suite.md. This simply does is description and the full QA test suite, summarize failures, suggest fixes, and then it also runs our whole QA test. Okay, and then in this commit push pr.md, this is again sort of kind of which pushes our repository to a remote directory, like whatever you are using, GitLab or GitHub. So this is something which is quite handy. Okay, so coming back to the CMDRs, first of all what we are gonna do is we will be initializing Claude. Okay, so I need to go to this directory first. So let's say I go to this D drive, NextGenQA project, and NextGen Boris workflow. Okay, so I'm inside this, and let me just do the same thing in the other terminals as well. And NextGenQA Boris workflow. Okay, This is good. And in the last one as well, let's repeat the same thing. Done. Okay, so we are inside this, and now what we are gonna do is I will be going to the first tab, and let's see if everything is working fine as of now. So I will just running the command. Okay, I'm aware that we are having the pending test, but still let's see whether our project is compiling or not at the first place. So when clean compile is the command, let's see whether this command gives us success or not. Okay, so let me just run this command and see how the things work. Okay, so it started the cleaning process and then building, and we will see the build success or not. Okay, so build is success, we are good here. And now what we are gonna do is we will be cloning this because this build is quite good. So what we are going to do is we will be cloning this into a NextGenQA, let's say tab 2. Okay, so tab 2, and in this one I will be doing something like tab 3. So I made essentially the copies of it. Okay, so if I go to my directory, you will be seeing that in the, let's say, my directory, where it is this, and inside D drive, you will be seeing in the NextGenQA project, we have tab 2 and tab 3. So these are essentially the copies of the whole project, which is essentially placed here. So in the tab 2 and tab 3, what I'm going to do is I will be navigating to tab 2 and tab 3. Okay, so cd dot dot and then NextGenQA tab 2. Okay, so it will ask for the full name. So I'm inside the tab 2, and in the Cloud.md I will be going inside the tab 3. So cd NextGenQA tab 3. Okay, so I'm inside these tabs. Okay, tab 3 and tab 2 I have navigated, and now what I'm going to do is I will be performing the task. So in the tab 1, what I'm going to do is I will be handling the login page text. Okay, so let me just clear the terminal first, and in the first one what I'm going to do is I will be initializing the Claude. So let's say in the tab 1, I initialize the Claude. This is our main tab. This is something which we will be keeping as kind of master thing. Okay, so this is Claude Code initialized already. You can see it is Sonnet 4.6. This is what I'm using as of now because it consumes relatively less token. And inside this, what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go into plan mode. So for plan mode, what you need to do is shift and double tab. So you can see shift and double tap, plan mode is on. Okay, so once this plan mode is on, now I will be giving the command to Claude Code. So I have my handy prompt which I will be pasting here. You'll be seeing it. So let's paste it. You can see complete login page test.java. This file has to do markings what to build. Target is this particular website. Login credentials I have already given. Implement test successful login. Assert flash contains you log into a secure area. Test invalid username. So essentially I have given all the test cases which I want to extend. No thread sleep. Show me the plan first. Okay, so I'm still in the plan mode, and let's execute this once. Okay, so Claude Code has started working upon it. Meanwhile, what we can do this, and that we can review the thing and everything, but at the same time, let's go into the tab 2. Okay, and in the tab 2, again, I'm going to do something similar. Let's clear the terminal. I will be doing Claude, initializing the Claude, and then I will be going inside the plan mode. So shift and double tab, shift double tab. Yeah, plan mode is on. Okay, now in the second tab, what I'm going to do is I will be handling the checkout page. Okay, so let me just give the prompt. So you can see find and fix the bug in checkout page test.java. One test is a wrong assertion, it is failing. Show me the root cause before fixing it, then verify it with the ambient dtest checkout page test.java. And because we are in plan mode, so it will just showcase us the plan. Okay, so this is also I have done the enter part. Okay, now I am coming on to the next thing, which is tab 3. Essentially, we will be updating our rules here. So let me just change the terminal, launch the Claude here as well. Okay, and again shift and double tab. So plan mode is on, and now in the plan mode I'm going to do these things. So what I'm going to do is I will be pasting this info. So what I'm essentially asking is review all test file and page object in this project. Cloud.md has already started rule. Do not remove them. Add new rules based on the pattern you observe in the actual code. Focus on wait strategy, assertion pattern, naming, driver setup. Show me your findings before making any changes. If there is no Claude.md initial rule are present, right? The important ones. Okay, so I've just refined the prompt a bit. Okay, and now what I'm going to do is I will be entering this one. Let's go back to our first tab. So it is asking me for permission. Let's give that permission. In the bug fixer, it is also asking me that all 3 tests should pass. It has already given me the plan. So context this is test checkout page as this, and fix is the single change line. Okay, and Claude has written, and what I'm going to do now is simply auto accept the edits. If the plan looks good to me, the plan looks good to me, right? So it is also doing the checkout and everything. I'm simply accepting the auto edits. Okay, and in the Claude.md side, you can just give the permission again. So you can see 3 agents are working on parallel tasks. Each are working in their isolated directories. So there is no point of any, I would say, any conflict or anything. And after this, what I'm going to do is we will be treating the first one, NextGenQA Boris flow, not tab 2, not tab 3. This I'm going to treat as a final copy of my project. I will be just picking up the things which I require from tab 2 and tab 3, put them inside this directory, and then push everything. Okay, so this is how I am going to do. So you can see in the first one, now I have everything I need. Let me write the plan. So it is writing the plan for us. Meanwhile, bug fixer is working. It is just asking for permission. So let's give the permission. And in the Claude.md, we can see it is already writing the new rules for Claude.md. Okay, so these things it is already doing. Now let me write the plan file. So let's see, this is already working. In the feature writer, it is already working. Also, now feature writer has also given us the plan. So I'm simply going to accept it. The plan looks good to me. Okay, you can just check out once, and if everything looks work. And now it is already running the verification part of login page test. If all 4 tests are passing or not. So it will start executing those things. You can see my browser is opened and it has started testing the same as well. So this is how our multiple agents are working simultaneously, and it will just start executing our test, and it will soon give us the report that okay, these are working fine. Meanwhile, we can go to bug fixer. We can see okay, this is also running our test for bug fixing, and in the third tab you can see our Claude.md is already planned proposed, and yes, auto accept the edits. Okay, so it has started writing the file as well. I have extended it to 3 terminals. You can extend it to 5. Boris uses 5 as well. So as per your complexity of project and the things you want to achieve, you can extend as many terminals as you want. So you can see that this actually skyrockets our productivity. We are running multiple ones, and here you can see in the first one, this in the bug fixer, all 3 tests have been already passed. Test run 3, failure 0, and this is done. Okay, and the feature writer is still running. So let's see how it is going. And in the Claude.md, all 5 original rules are touched. Okay, so this is also done. Here is what changed, and this is also done. Okay, so everything is done now. Let's go back to our directory and NextGenQA Boris for flow. So what I'm essentially going to do is, because my all the things are done, so what I'm going to do is I will be simply doing the copy paste. Okay, so in the tab 2, what I have done is in the tab 2 I have fixed the bug. Okay, so from tab 2 src test folder java, what I'm going to do, let me just quickly go through nextgenqa test, and I will simply copy the checkout page. Okay, and let's come back here directly. This one, src test java on qa. You can also use the commands if you like, but sometimes I like it this way. So you can just replace the file. Okay, done. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my tab 3, just copy my updated .claude. Okay, view and items is already there. Okay, sorry, Cloud.md is here. So let me just copy this one back to our NextGenQA projects. Go to our main Boris workflow. Just replace our Cloud.md. Okay, so this is now also updated, and because everything is updated now, I can come to the first tab, which is my main tab. Okay, and inside this, what I can do is you can see already the commands are getting listed. Run QA suite. Okay, because my Cloud.md has this information. If I go back to my this, you can see in the commands I have run QA-suite.md and commit push pr.md as well. Okay, so here you can see I can just type run QA suite. Okay, and it will start running all the tests for me because I have updated the files already. I have just did the copy paste, right? So now I can see that, okay, whole of my suite is going to get executed. So let's see how it goes. It won't take much time, but of course the browser will open several times and it will run login test as well as checkout test for me. Okay, so let's see how everything goes. Because QA suite is command, right? We haven't done ambient test, D test, login page test. This is essentially going to check all the test, checkout page test, and login page test. Everything is going to get triggered. Okay, so let's see how the system responds. So this is the first one. The second one is also executing, and let's see how everything goes. I'm still on the terminal. I'm not looking at the browser as this is not really needed. We are anyway going to get the reports. Okay, you can see it's still running. There are multiple tests, I believe. Meanwhile, let's have a look at our Cloud.md, which we have updated. So you can see Cloud.md NextGenQA Boris workflow, and what is our wait strategy. It has already updated. Test pattern naming, assertion, it has updated. Driver setup, it has updated. Page object, test class structure, locator naming, page object method, everything it has updated. Okay, now you can see all the suite result, total 7 passed, all 4 login page tests, 3 checkout button, everything is passed. So this is how we actually do. I haven't connected my remote, so I won't be doing commit push PR, but that command also you can use to get everything in one shot. Okay, I hope this is very helpful for you, how you understood that how can we multiply the terminals and do the work for us. This is Boris workflow, the Claude Code creator himself. I hope you learned something new. This is part of our B10X series. We will be coming up with more and more video. Don't forget to subscribe the channel and join the ride. Okay, thank you. We'll meet in the next one.